Is a late medical diagnosis something that's simply unavoidable, or is it the result of medical malpractice? Hi, I'm Scott Peterson. I'm a plaintiff's litigation attorney in New York. We often receive questions from individuals who have received a late medical diagnosis, wondering if a late diagnosis is just something that couldn't have been prevented, or whether maybe it was a result of malpractice on the part of the physician. The answer is it really depends. And when you're thinking about whether your late diagnosis may have been a mistake or something that couldn't have been avoided, there's a few things you want to think about. First, did you treat with the same doctor, or did you treat with a number of different doctors over the course of a couple of years? If you've treated with several different doctors, and the most recent doctor diagnosed the problem, it's unlikely that that doctor has missed anything. Second, have you been treating with the same doctor for the same condition over a number of years, or several months at a minimum? Often, if you've been treating with the same physician for a period of time, you may have had some complaints. Which leads me to the third question that you want to ask. Did you have some complaints about the same or a very similar condition over a lengthy period of time? Let me give you an example. If you have a small mass in your knee or your elbow, and you've gone to see the same orthopedic surgeon about this mass several times over the course of a year or so, then you might ask yourself, well, was there anything that that surgeon could have done differently? So you need to think about, what tests did he or she perform? What questions did they ask? Was the mass changing? These are all things that a surgeon needs to consider when looking at any medical condition, and in particular a condition that someone keeps coming back to them for additional treatment. Did they perform any tests? Did they consider what's known as a differential diagnosis? In other words, did they rule out other conditions, what it could be, what it couldn't be? Sometimes doctors get hung up on a particular reason for a medical condition. They think that something is the result of a condition, and they sometimes fail to consider other potential options for what it could be. These are all things that we've seen in our practice. And if you're the victim of a delayed diagnosis, there are things that you should think about. Oftentimes, a late or delayed diagnosis is not the result of malpractice, but sometimes it can be. If you have questions about a delayed diagnosis, feel free to give us a call. We talk to people in your situation all the time.